Rav, we recording.
20B3. Ruben.
Now I'm on a different system. Mine says 20B13, but don't worry about that.
20B3 is you're going back a little bit, but
Where do you want
it's very little bit. It's like
where are you that where you were?
I was 20. I was the next page, but Ruben wants to go back a little
We
bit.
can do revision, a bit of revision. It's good.
Yeah. We all need revision.
You skipped out the first part of the Mishnah, Rav, where the Mishnah
What?
said that it's 1, 2, or 3 years, which you left out
Yeah,
altogether.
that's what we are going to do now.
Okay, good. So we're doing revision. Thank
So
you.
20 B3, as I said.
Good, good, good.
Well, it refers to the Mishnah that says after she drinks the water, the Sotah, she drinks the water. First of all, I want to dedicate the Shiur tonight. My grandson Avichai is now in operation. He had the appendix burst out, so now he's in hospital. So let's be the
Refush Neymar, Rav. Refush Neymar.
Yeah. So the Mishnah said the waters, not always it affects straight away. It can take time until it affects, because if she had a merit, then it will hold the punishment in abeyance. It can be merit that holds in abeyance for 1 year. There are 2 years, possibly 2 years. It can be 3 years. So we will see what kind of merit, which the Gemorra will discuss later. But now we're referring to this part, to this statement of the Mishnah, which the Gemorra elaborates a little bit. 1 second. Okay. So 20B3, at the bottom of the first column on 20B3, the Mishnah stated, if she had a merit, it would, as I said, it would hold the punishment in abeyance. Can be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The Gemorra asks, this Mishnah that speaks about that the merit can hold the punishment in abeyance, according to whom of the Tanaim, the Mishnah says what he said. Not, it can't be according by Abba Yossi ben Hanan, not according to Rabbi Eliezer ben Yitzchak, a man of Kfar Darom, and not according to Rabbi Ishmael, that Rabbi Ishmael is 12 months. And now Gemorra comes to elaborate a little bit of that. So, Ruben, you've got a place.
Yeah, carry on.
Michael? Yeah, you've got a place.
Yes, got the place.
Right. Said the Gemorra, what is this time which everyone holds? Why is 3 months? This was the first opinion of Abba Yossi, 3 months, this is the amount of time it takes to notice the fetus. In other words, in case she's pregnant, so 3 months, it takes the time when it will be seen that she's carry something, that she is pregnant. So therefore, he said we should see if she's pregnant, then it won't work because not to kill the fetus. The second opinion, the one, Rabbi Eliezer Kfar Darom, the one that says 9 months, it will hold the punishment in abeyance for 9 months. As it says, she will be exonerated and bear seed. This is a text in the Torah, which so it will uphold for the 9 months. The next, it elaborates a little bit. He said why because it stated she'll be for and her bear seed, and then what means seed? There is another text that seed who serves him refer to the seed that will be fit to tell the praises of God. So therefore, it means that it will take the fetus will develop for 9 months, and he will eventually be born after months of pregnancy, and he will be able, when he grow up, he will be able to praise Hashem. So therefore, we said, it learns from the verses. Now, Rabbi Ishmael Omer, he said 12 months. The punishment will be against 12 months. On what basis does he say this? So interesting what he says. There is no proof to the matter from scriptures, but there is an indication that that sometimes when a person is guilty and is gotten married, it will hold the punishment for 12 months. What is the story here? He brings the story that happened with Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian king. If you got the Gemorra, the Sotah which I learned from, in the bottom there is the 36th comment. I'll read it to you. There is a story with Daniel. He was working in the household of Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian king, and he had a dream. And the dream was about the punishment they appointed that is awaited the Nebuchadnezzar for his erecting a golden image in the temple, this, of course, the, arrogance in defiance of Hashem. So Nebuchadnezzar, the dream was that he would be removed from humanity and we have to live with the animals. Daniel then advised Nebuchadnezzar that the retribution would possibly be averted if the king undertook to dispense gift of charity among the poor. So we're talking about Nebuchadnezzar did a terrible thing, and he had to be punished, and he had a dream. What's going to be his punishment is he will turn into animal and so on. So since Daniel was in his palace, probably kept him as a consultant. So he said, if you do that, if you distribute charity to the poor, then your punishment will be in advance. And what is it written in the end? All the punishments foretold in the dream befell King Nebuchadnezzar, and it is written in the verse after that, at the end of 12 months, at that time, the decree befell him. Thus, because he heeded Daniel's advice and performed meritorious deeds by giving the charity, Nebuchadnezzar's punishment was held in abeyance for 1 year. So Rabbi Ishmael wants to learn from here that the merit can help to postpone punishment and to keep it in abeyance. And since in Nebuchadnezzar's case, we see that it was 12 months, so therefore Rabbi Ishmael said that this Sotah, if she may marry, which could delay the execution for 12 months.
So what about the 3 years, Harav?
Sorry?
What about the 3 years?
Wait. Hab nicht. Have patience. So the Gemorra, so now we don't yet see anybody that from which we said that can be 3 months, 9 months, 12 months, but not 3 years. This is your question.
Yeah.
Said the Gemorra, לא למר בישמעאל. In fact, what he said, it can be in fact according Rabbi Ishmael's opinion, and he found a verse and states it and states again, up to 3 times, that Hashem grants extension to those with deserving punishment can be 3 times. Where is it written? It's written about Edom. It says that for 3 transgressions of Edom, I have looked away, but the 4 I will not pardon them. So, what does it? What do we see here? Then Gemorra continues to say, because it's not written, it's only Rabbi Ishmael. We say that Rabbi Ishmael learned from here that that there is a possibility of 3 years, although there is no actual proof to the matter from the text, but there is indication to the matter. Why is this proof from Nebuchadnezzar not actual proof? The Gemorra asks. It seems to be that's a good proof because it said 3 times Hashem may dispose, referred. So the Gemorra said, no, there is no a direct proof to our point because Dilma, perhaps idolaters, which means non-Jews, what they call them idolaters, are different. For judgment is not quickly visited upon them. In other words, there is more criticism about Jews who punish and who transgress. The commentary makes, God does not hurry to punish idolaters in this world for their transgressions. Their punishment will come in the world to come. However, God is very quick to punish a Jew for any violation. This comes from Rashi. Therefore, even though we find that the punishment of an idolater, like Nebuchadnezzar, can be delayed for a year, and this is expanded to 3 years because this is what the prophet speaks. Hashem can bear for three times, so 3 times for 12 months, which is 3 years. But this is only the maximum, not more than that. Right. So with a Jew, it is not a clear source to say that 3 years, and therefore Rabbi Ishmael didn't say he's got a proof. He said there is an indication. He wants to learn as Hashem can keep in abeyance the sin of Edom, he might keep that the sentence of the Sotah as well, like 3 years. Now we continue with the second column. What merit that the woman can have? Now we are talking about that she might not be punished straight away because she got a merit. What merit can we expect that will help her not to be executed straight away? Zchut demai. Gemorra analyzes the merit under discussion here. A merit of what? All the Sotah's punishment in abeyance for 3 years. If you say it is a merit of Torah study, this cannot be. Why? Because a woman is not commanded to study Torah. And therefore, the merit cannot be this, that she has a merit of Torah study because she's not commanded. Rather, we say, the Mishnah must say, referring to the merit of a mitzvah, not of the Torah of study, but of certain mitzvahs, commandments that she performs. This may be her merit. And the Gemorra continues the difference between merit of Torah study and merit of a mitzvah, a merit of a mitzvah. I mean, there is here, of course, a very principle that a person can perform a mitzvah even if he is not commanded to do it. He still get reward. But it's not as the same that the same person who is commanded to do the mitzvah, he performed the mitzvah, then the reward is BML. Against what our logic will say, we would think if a person that is not commanded and he does it, he should be rewarded more.
Yeah.
But the Gemorra says it's a non-statement. גדול המצווה ועושה ממי שאינו מצווה ועושה. He brings it in bottom in number 7. It's a principle. One who is commanded and performs a precept is greater than one who is not commanded and performs it. He obviously he gets reward, but it's not the same. Now, I don't know if there is any explanation here. Let me just see. Yeah. So that's mean to say that a woman should not learn because she at least has to know what she has to perform. If she doesn't learn, she wouldn't know how to perform a mitzvah. Now we are talking about there is two kinds of Torah study. There is a Torah study which only means you learn in order to know what to do. So this is the means to an end. Here we're talking the higher degree of study that the Torah is not studied for means to know what to do, but it is the Torah itself a mitzvah to learn. Even if it does not done in an intention to learn what to do. So this is why the Gemorra says, if you would say that the merit of the woman is study Torah, she's not obligated as such to, yes, she learns Torah only as a means to know how to perform. But this is not, we are talking about merit of Torah study. How does he say? It should be noted that to the extent that study of the laws facilitates a woman's ability to perform the mitzvah incumbent upon her study is obligatory. Certainly, a woman must know how to perform properly those precepts she is commanded to keep. Yet, such study is merely an inherent aspect of the particular commandment, not an independent mitzvah of Torah study in its own right. This is an interesting concept.
Important, yeah, very interesting.
They are talking there is a bigger obligation or a bigger merit if a person learns Torah for the sake of learning knowledge the Torah, not as a means to know how to perform the mitzvah. Right? And women, yes, they are, we know that there are mitzvahs which are particularly are for women. but man has got other mitzvahs which women are not obligated. There are some, as you know, mitzvahs which are depends on time. It's called mitzvot aseh zman grama. Positive mitzvahs which is due for certain times. In general, women are not obligated. It's only for men. And the reason they bring giving by the commentators because women has got so many other duties at home, family, and so on, that God didn't tax them with all the mitzvahs. There are certain mitzvahs, for instance, to eat matzah in Pesach, although it is obligated in a certain time on Pesach. This is an exception, and there are a couple of them, exception to the rule that women are not obligated to do mitzvahs which depend on time. For instance, tefillin, to put on tefillin, women are exempted. Why? Which tefillin, you can't perform the mitzvah at night, and only the day. So it means it's the obligation is to a certain time. For instance, the same shofar in Rosh Hashanah. Actually, strictly speaking, women are not obligated, but yes, they want to listen and they go. So I'll just mention this concept. So two things. Number one, that there is mitzvahs which women are exempted. One of them is Torah study. The mitzvah of Torah study particularly obligates men, not a woman. However, a woman must learn Torah, as I said, as a means to understand what to act, what to do the mitzvah. But the Torah study is the highest degree of observance, that the reward is much more than just the reward for a mitzvah, as we'll see in the following words. Is it clear what I said?
Yeah, thank you, Rav. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's very clear, Rav. Thank you.
Good. So then we can continue. So the Gemorra said, we are talking about this merit. What can this woman expect as a merit? If as to study Torah, she's not obligated. Must be that the merit of a mitzvah. Now the Gemorra continues. But does the merit of a mitzvah protect so much? But then we learn in the Braita that Rabbi Menachem bar Rabbi Yossi expounded a verse, Kiner mitzvah b'Torah or. Interesting here. The text compares doing a mitzvah to Torah study, a comparison between a candle that gives light or light which comes from the sun. So he says, a mitzvah is a lamp and the Torah is light. The mitzvah, scripture has thus linked the mitzvah to the light of a lamp, but the Torah to light, to big light. it linked the mitzvah to a lamp to tell you, lamp, like a lamp, protects only temporarily. So a mitzvah also protects only temporarily. But the Torah links to Torah to light, to tell you, just as light protects forever, Torah also protects forever. And it brings a continuation of the idea, and it says that the previous verse with reference to Torah, when you walk, it will guide you, etc., which the writer expounds it in the following way. בתהלכך תנחה אותך זה העולם הזה. Interpreting the verse. When you walk, I'm now going to the next page. In the beginning of the next page in the first column, he said the mitzvah will be referring to man's life when no, sorry, this is not this. When you, so this is, I got a little bit. What to say here? Brings it before. A mitzvah is tied to the physical world. The merit it generates is also limited to time. Torah, which transcends physically, also transcends time. And this is what comes here, that you're referring to man's life. But when you lie down, it will watch over you. Reference to death. When you wake up, it will advocate for you. Means when you wake up after death, in when bringing life, Torah will be a merit to wake you up after death. It refers to the future world to come. Torah study thus provides eternal protection. Mitzvah is temporarily, Torah is eternal. And the Gemorra tries to portray it in the following emotional. What do you say, emotional? An example. This distinction between the merit of Torah study and the merit of mitzvah observance is analogous, and it's an analogy to a person who has walked in the black of night and darkness. And what happened when he does this? He was afraid of walking into unseen zones, relics, and all kind of stumbles, and of being attacked by wild animals and bandits, and who does not even know on which road he is walking. What happened? The analogy. what happens if a torch of fire comes this way? Obviously, it saves him from walking into all these stumblings. But he still worry about being attacked by wild animals and bandits. Also, he still doesn't know on which road he is walking. However, when the light of dawn in the morning come up, then he's saved from everything, saved from wild animals and bandits who don't come out in the light of day. Still, he still has got a problem which way to turn, which means when he arrives at the crossroads, he's saved from all of them. Now that he knows that where he's traveling is a safe place, that he's travel and is free of all his fears. So this is the difference. Then Torah is like a light of the dawn and give you a way, a guidance, which walk to go, which way to walk. And similar example, which the Gemorra wants to make a comparison between a mitzvah and Torah. Another explanation, Avera mechaba mitzvah, a transgression extinguishes the word of a prior mitzvah. In other words, if a person performs a mitzvah, he is expecting the reward rightly, but if he commits a sin, the sin extinguishes prior mitzvah that he did. But Torah, a transgression, does not extinguish the reward of prior Torah study. Brings the text, a verse, Shenamar, as it is written, many waters cannot extinguish love. So at any rate, we see that the performance of a mitzvah does not provide that much protection like a merit of Torah study. This is, and what merit then can be saved, this is the question of the Gemorra. And so when we are still trying to find out what is a merit that may save the Sotah, that not if she, we are obviously talking about if she committed a sin and now she needs a merit to protect her. And therefore it says 1 year, 2 years, 3 years depend on the volume or the extent of mitzvahs, because Torah, as we said, is not as protective as just a single mitzvah, because a mitzvah can
It's frozen.